La 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 lattes were a. La 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 lattes were a. La 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 lattes were a. Hey y'all. You already know where you at, and if this is your first time here, I am Latte, and this is Latte's World, and today is Tea with Tay. Yes, I got some more tea, y'all. You know I get my little gatherings. I might take a couple of days, but today is the day. What I gotta do is pick up a specific day to where I just drop that Tea with Tay, but so far, so good. I'm just dropping them and I don't have a specific day. But if you check my channel any given day, you will find something interesting because, hey, I drop videos every day, sometimes twice a day. So make sure you tune into Latte's World. But anyway, Tea with Tay today. Listen, I got coffee. I ain't even got tea. That's how deep it is. Rich boy. Remember? Rich boy? Mr. Throw some days on that. He's a crackhead. He's a crackhead. Did y'all not? I'm going to put the pictures up in this. So y'all could see him then and see him now. But y'all see what I be saying about the industry, right? The way you go in is not the way you come out. He went from throwing D's to smoking crack. How? How does that happen? Now, I'm not making fun of those that struggle with an addiction, but I'm just being honest. This is not what you be expecting from these people that be so high up on a totem pole in life. Because me personally, I feel like once you get in a situation where you're able to take care of your family and you getting that little monies and you able to do something different from what you was doing prior to in your other life before you became famous, but coming to learn, being famous ain't everything. Sometimes having a regular ass life is the best life to have. Because if it's going to turn me into a crackhead, I don't think I want it. And do you see the things that's actually going on with the people in the industry? Like, come on. You got people dropping dead like flies. And whoever ain't dropping dead, they in jail. Whoever ain't in jail about to go to jail. Whoever wasn't in jail and ain't about to go to jail didn't make it to jail because they dead. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? But yeah, rich boy, Mr. Throw some D's on it. Of course, like I said, do you see this? Do you see how this man look in this picture? This is ridiculous. He went from this to this. From this to what? No. These people gotta be stopped. But that was that juice. Listen, I came across a story this week. Let's get into this next story because this one blew my mind. I'm not going to even be, I'm not even lying to you. Yeah, you know I come with my notes. So if you see me look down, I'm looking at my notes because this is not only fact, this is also my opinion. So the things that I decide to think of the situation before I do the video, I write it down. But yes, her name, this young lady, right? Let me explain it a little better. Her father, a man that goes by the name of Oswald Ayiti. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I'll put the name, somewhere on the screen after the video. Yes, Azad Aziti. Yes, he was the guy that made the music video for the Fugees, Killing Me Softly. But at home, he was killing something else softly. And that was his daughter, Punana. Like, that is sick. He started having sex with his daughter by the time she was 8 years old. 8 years old? 8 years old. Listen, it don't stop there, okay? Because not only did he start sleeping with her by the time she was the age of 8, he fathered 4 of her 5 children. You heard me. Now she's 35 now. I think she's 35. I think the situation stopped when she was 25. Somewhere around there. I'll put the facts in here somewhere. But do y'all hear that? He was molesting his own daughter from the age of 8. Now, mind you, This man was in the industry where he was making money, doing things that you would think or least expect. This is something that he would be doing at home. He has access to all different type of women. He had a wife. Okay? And I'm just being honest. Not only did he have a wife, his wife allowed him, because he lived, I think, what is that called? Polygamy, when people sleep with multiple or able to have multiple relationships at one time or whatever the case may be. So he had a wife, and then he had a couple of other females that he was dealing with, which one of the females was having threesomes with him and his daughter. So the adult in the situation, the outside adult in the situation was no better than the actual abuser in the situation. Because if you know that a person have a sickness, and I don't understand this, if you know if you know a person has a certain sickness, but birds of a feather flock together. People don't come together for no reason. So even though the mother wasn't sleeping with her own daughter, she knew that her husband was mentally ill to the point of he needed to be with multiple sex partners in order to be happy. So that right there is the first sign of somebody that got something going on up there that's not right. And he didn't just sleep with her. He slept with all 5 of his daughters. Not just that one, okay? And he fathered other children. Like, it's disgusting. And it just makes me angry, because I am also a person that came out of a situation where I was molested at a very young age. And it always happens by somebody that is supposed to protect you, that's supposed to be close to you, and someone that's supposed to love you. But when a person has a mental sickness that gives them the okay that it's all right to touch children, that is crazy. Because even me at the time, I did not even understand why was this happening to me. Like, was it something wrong with me? Was I defected? Like, those is the things that your mind go to. I'm just being honest. Even down to the factors of it taking place so often to you becoming uniform to the situation. People could sit there and talk about this woman like, oh, well, at some point she became grown and she still allowed it to happen. Okay. When you've been in a situation, that's like people that go through domestic violence. When you've been in a situation where you've been abused so long, it takes a mental sickness into yourself as well. Not only the person that's creating the act is mental, the person that's also going through the act becomes mental. Because what does that does to oneself? Even down to the factors of you being in a situation, not knowing if you should tell, if you can tell, what's going to come from you telling. Because a lot of people tell their kids, right? And this is real shit. And listen to me when I say this, because don't be comfortable with leaving your kids with every and anybody. And sometimes it's not even every and anybody. You got to watch the ones that you keep close to. Because let's just say, for instance, you decide, oh, I'm going to leave. How do a child come and tell someone that someone else that's that close to them is doing these type of things to them? It makes them mentally say, oh, well, I could cause this. I could lose my parent, because then if my parent go to try to hurt the person that hurt me, then that mean I have nobody out here really physically to protect me. Because that was my thing. I was being raised by one parent at the time, so I felt like I could not afford to lose another one. And most people deal and prey on children that they feel is scarred and don't have anybody or won't have anything or anyone to run to within the situation. That's why they are like, it's a prey. They pray. They watch, they sit. They watch, they sit. And when they feel like the time is right and they make they move. But after they make they move one time, now they done like I guess, crossed the threshold. So now they feel comfortable to re-victimize their victim over and over and over again. It got to the point, even with me, that I already knew that it was going to happen before it happened. Once I seen people leaving the house and other people this, that, and the third, and I knew that I was going to be left with this person in the house alone, I got to the mind state, you know what, let me just prepare myself for it, because I know it's going to happen. So the faster it gets over and done with, then I can go and be one with myself in my room. And now I don't even have to worry about this person bothering me for the rest of whatever. And I hope whoever is going to hurry up and come back home, hurry up and come back home. And then let's talk about the people that know these people have these type of sicknesses and don't fucking do nothing about it. Because there be some people that be harboring people that they know have certain situations, and they won't say nothing because they're afraid of how it's going to make them look. Damn the person that's being victimized. Like, the selfishness of it all runs within a 360 cycle. A 360 cycle. It really does. It really, really does. And if somebody that is watching this video has been in a situation where they've been molested or touched or raped or been put in an uncomfortable situation where they wasn't being or given consent of sex, and that right was taken away from them because somebody chose to take it, then they totally understand where I'm coming from. Because even though it's like, me personally, that shit is like a grieving process, like a death. It's a death of something, your innocence being taken away from you. Do you understand what I'm saying? You didn't even have the option to go out and decide who you was going to give it to. Someone took that right away from you. But if you have, or if, like I said, you've known, or listen, that's not a situation that you can just get past. Some people actually never get over it. Some people program themselves to act like it never even happened just to be able to continue throughout life as a normal person. Because if you constantly think of what somebody did to violate you, you like, what? But out of this situation, she has 4 reminders of her molestation, which is her children. Because like I said, she fathered children by her dad. Like, let's imagine that. And what's crazy is this happens on the regular basis in homes. And it's crazy because people will see young girls pop up like, pop up pregnant, and they be like, oh, she out there being fast and this, that, and the third. Just trust me, you don't know everybody's story. Everybody's story was, everybody wasn't out there being grown, and that's how they popped the baby out at a young age. Some people was being violated in house or in home or in family or in and that's the way they became a young mother. So don't just think that you see somebody and that's what you see and that's what it is. Don't ever judge a book by its cover. Period. Let's move on to the next story. Okay? Because I don't know if y'all know this, but this is another thing I'ma definitely do. Aside from making a day from doing the Tea with Tays every week, I'm also going to drop a domestic violence awareness video every week as well, because October, which the month we are in right now, is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And I don't know if y'all noticed, the percentage of domestic violence is up. It's so many people losing their lives, so many young mothers losing their lives right now to domestic violence, to where it's sickening. I'm serious. I came across, this is another story, heartbreaking. I came across a young lady named Keaira Hudson, right? She has 3 children. No, all of them are not fathered by her abuser. One of her children is, though, right? Her and this older guy been together, dating on and off for years. Same story, which you would think this man is older than him, but that be the sense of control. So you young girls, be careful, okay? Because older men prey on young girls because they feel like they can mentally and physically control them. But let me get back into what it is that I was saying, right? She had been dating this guy. So at some point, he proposed to her, and she felt like that was the greatest moment in her life. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I'm getting married. Like, that's what a lot of young girls, come on. If you a young lady, you fantasize when you was a little girl, the marriage, the kids, the picket fence, we all do it. So when that time in your life actually comes, you be so happy that you actually succeeded within that area. You understand what I mean? So she felt like nothing could go wrong at that point in time. All right, couple of months later, here comes the domestic violence, because see, now I got you. Now I done married you. A nigga feel like it. Excuse my language, because I don't say nigga in a derogatory way. I really don't. It's just a form, and I don't want it to seem like I'm ignorant. But I am from an area where we do talk what is it called? Slang, broken English, whatever you want to call it. So if you hear me use certain terms, please don't feel like I'm being derogatory, because I am no way, in no form, shape, or fashion a racist or ignorant. But anyway, like I was saying, he took it as a sense of control. Now I got you. You married your minds. Right. Here comes the domestic violence. So she decides, okay, let me call the police to see if I could get some help, because this man is crazy. I don't know if anybody else know at this point, but I know that he's crazy, and I got to do what I need to do to get away from him. So at some point after calling the police, like a lot of girls be feeling, she didn't feel she was getting a response from the police department that she felt she deserved. I mean, this girl had pictures and videos on videos of this man abusing her, to the point she put the video on social media, Facebook. So like, listen, if I'm showing it to the police and they not getting the point, let me show it to the world. You understand? So if anything happens to me, they know how and who and what took place. You understand what I'm saying? So she puts the video on social media. Now that opens a lot of people's eyes to, like, oh my God. Like, oh my God, Keaira, like, this is what you've been going through. You understand what I'm saying? So she finally gets an order of protection, right? She leaves him, goes to her mother's house, right? Now, this girl was scared, because she went and bought a bulletproof vest, okay? In order for you to buy a bulletproof vest, you must really think that, or feel that your life is in danger. That's not something to play with. You understand? So her mother is like, why are you wearing this vest? And she's like, I'm telling you, I feel like this man is going to try to kill me. You understand what I'm saying? So, lo and behold, right? She's leaving her mother's house. 3 kids in the car. She about to drop the kids off to school regular morning, but like I said, she bought a bulletproof vest. So she put her bulletproof vest on or whatever. She gets halfway down the road, y'all. Halfway down the road. He runs directly into her car, okay? Gets out of his car and starts shooting this girl with a shotgun. A shotgun. Listen. Not only does he shoot her with a shotgun, then he flees the scene. Of course, flees the scene. They always flee the scene, right? Flees the scene. He goes and barricades himself in a different location. Police wind up catching up to him or whatever. So now he decides, oh yeah, I'm going to kill myself. Why you couldn't kill yourself before you killed her? Like, I don't condone suicide, but if you're going to take an innocent person's lives and you know that you that evil, because my thing is, at the end of the day, that's why they have the death penalty for people that create crimes that is so severe. So you basically would have been saving the justice system some time, and you would have been saving that girl whole life, right? So now he cuts his wrist, didn't do a good job. So they arrest him. He gets arrested. They take him to jail. Do you know this man escaped prison? And no, this story is not from months ago, okay? This story is from a couple of days, like a week and a half ago. This just happened in October, around October, like 6th, 2nd, something around here. If you look into the story, her name is Keaira, Keaira Keaira Hudson. Look into the story, so if you choose to go and get deeper details. But yeah, like this domestic violence thing is it's like talk about out of hand. Too many people these days at this point in time got a story about a run-in with domestic violence. Some people are able to get out and tell their stories, but then it's cases like this where people like me wind up telling other people's story because they're no longer, here to tell their own story. And then let's just get into this. And this is the part like I really feel like I want to cry right now. I'm not even going to lie to y'all because I am a mother. And I already can't fathom the fact is that I'm not able to stay here with my children forever just due to the factors of the recycle of life. Nobody lives forever. We all know that. And as a mother, we wish we could stay with our children forever, but we know due to the graces of life, we cannot. But I would rather if people nobody dies of old age anymore. Like, nobody get to go and grow old and actually, like, do you know how much it is of a gift to have a grandparent these days that's up in age, 60s, 70s, 80s? Because it is not that common. But what hurts my soul is them kids ain't did nothing to nobody, bro. And now not only did they lose their mother in a horrible way, okay, but their father is a damn maniac that killed their mother, and now they left here with no parents at all. And if somebody was to ever ask them, like, hey, for them to even have to tell the story or tell the reason why they don't have their parents, and it's something as horrible and heinous as that, my heart. That's crazy. Nobody should have to tell a story like that. Like, yeah, well, my mother passed, but it was due to the fact is because my father killed her because he was out of his rabid ass mind and decides to blow her the fuck away with a shotgun. Really? Really? Do you hear that? Do you hear how that sounds? What type of mental illness does that put into a child that goes through a tragic situation like that? Think about that. But, yeah. R.I.P. to that young lady. And I wish she would have been able to actually get the protection and the help that she needed before it was to the point of her losing her life due to the situation instead. I had something else I want to tell y'all. Let's get into it. I told y'all I got my notes. So don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. And don't come for me. Have y'all been checking out the videos on my channel? Because I got a selection. So make sure you tap into Latte's world and get into that selection. But like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm actually going to wrap this video up because I got to go. I got things to do. But I'll definitely be back with y'all later on. So stay tuned for my next video. And I'm out. Latte's world. Hey.